Yes, it was. The Geoguessr World Cup 2023 in Stockholm was a wild success, not only in the technical aspects of how good the stream looked online, but also in its impact for the game itself on the internet. The final match of Consis vs Blinky had over 70,000 people watching on Twitch and YouTube combined, and the official Geoguessr Twitch had nearly 20,000 peak viewership, which was the most the channel has ever had before. The tournament even had a large amount of internet traction, such as huge streamer XQC reacting to it.
This is
Guys,
where
Geoguessr World Cup?
Clips on TikTok and Twitter seemed to drive engagement up as well. I think many people were shocked to the level of viewers that the tournament received. It was evident that a lot of these viewers were new to the game or were previously not familiar with the pro scene, as there was some confusion as to why Rainbow was not playing in the tournament himself. I believe from an outsider's perspective, many people view Rainbow as the best Geoguessr player in the world and are not aware of some of the true insanely good players because they don't have as big of an internet presence. This was to be expected because Geoguessr had not seen this kind of popularity in quite some time. In fact, the last popularity spike was due to Rainbow himself making TikTok videos and hosting his own tournaments, putting him on the pedestal of the most famous person from the Geoguessr scene.
This is going to be one of the best finals I think we will ever see in the biggest Geoguessr tournament ever.
This is why for Geoguessr it was incredibly important to have him involved in the tournament in some way. And what better way than casting?
Do I need to introduce myself, Deborah?
Please do.
I'm good.
I truly don't believe the tournament would have been as successful as it was without him.
It's Consis!
And may I add, he did a fantastic job. In fact, all the casters did a great job in keeping the stream entertaining, even in the large breaks between games. Some people have critiqued that there were really only two casters that knew about the game and could bring higher level analysis, Rainbolt and Bloom, along with GeoPeter, who commentated the B stream on day 1, but wasn't really as active during day 2. The other 4 casters did not really have that level of insight and were only there to balance the analysis with more humor and commentary. Longtime Geoguessr fans may have been put off by this, but I really don't see a problem myself, since most of the audience were new fans or people returning to Geoguessr after maybe a long hiatus and may appreciate more of a beginner's perspective. Even my dad, who has never played Geoguessr before, really enjoyed watching the World Cup, which I think speaks volumes to the entertainment value of the stream itself, but also the game of Geoguessr, even to casuals who are not involved with the community. Going over some of the details of the tournament, there were 20 players invited to the World Cup in Stockholm, plus there were also 2 qualification events that happened before the main event that brought in 4 other players. Alok, Chicago Geographer, Lenley,
He will come in the
and even the 2023 winner, Consis, came from the qualifiers. There were players from all around the world, but Europe definitely seemed to dominate. The level of gameplay the players brought was truly something remarkable. The amount of 5Ks on seemingly random dirt roads and the speed at which players would race down the road to find information on moving games was surprisingly very exciting, and I don't think people expected this level of entertainment to come from a browser game. Specifically, day 2 was riveting to watch, and the matches were truly suspenseful and intense. The crazy thing about Geoguessr is that a year from now, people will be even better and bring even more insane guesses as new metas and clues are constantly being discovered. The amount of information to learn is truly limited to the entire world, and thus it is nearly impossible to learn everything there is to know about this game.
Oh, I didn't have a plan. I was just gonna, guess.
The in-person crowd was also electric, clapping after every guess and showing their support for their country or player they wanted to win. I was very impressed with the arena that they played in and also the enthusiasm for the crowd. They were better than many crowds from larger esport games. Not to mention, they had a bar. I have heard from some of my friends who were in the audience in Stockholm that the experience was incredible and it was definitely worth going. The event as a whole definitely proves that LAN tournaments can easily thrive for the game of Geoguessr. I do believe that Geoguessr has capitalized on this event to help market themselves in the gaming market. They just released this game mode here where you can duel each player in the actual rounds from the World Cup that they played to see if you could have beaten them or not. Make sure to subscribe because I will be taking on some of these players in a future video. Overall, I do think the Geoguessr World Cup was a huge success. We can only hope that the event has some long-term effects on bringing popularity back to the game of Geoguessr because unfortunately, truth be told, the popularity was declining ever since the absence of Rainbow tournaments, and maybe even before that. Competitive Geoguessr hasn't really been popular, both in participation and in spectating recently. Maybe the World Cup will invigorate more interest in this side of the game, and hopefully the World Cup can be an annual event. Maybe even I will be there next year, huh? Maybe? We'll see. Let me know, of course, what your thoughts are on the 2023 Geoguessr World Cup in the comment section below. I am very curious to hear what you liked and maybe didn't like about it. This was, of course, the first year, so there are bound to be mistakes and opportunities to improve for the next one next year. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and of course, I will see you all in the next one. See everybody.
Oh, that's it, eh?
Yeah, no, I got nothing.